It's not letting me go horizontal. It's just letting me be vertical. I am by the place that we planted a tree for my friend. I see a couple of you are here. I'll straight to it. If you look, there's two trees that are planted here, but the main one with the actual caption. And again, this man had given me my very first job ever. Try to keep his full name out of it. They don't really care that much, but we've planted this tree in memory. He gave me my first job ever for lifeguarding. He had his own desires for how to be buried, but psychology takes people like him, people that are vulnerable, and he's gone. And I do not like to say it's psychology's fault that he's like, I can't say that he's gone because stuff happened, and that's life. But it's 100% because Scientology. I don't know. It's hard to say without directly saying it, but they messed with him and his family, and it's just a horrible thing. Kind of horrific in my opinion. This is the beach house, and in a second I'll take you down. But this is his memorial tree, big beautiful tree, and it's already like grown. It's crazy that this tree. I mean, it was already decent size. And that's for my buddy. And the one over there is a bigger plaque. He had his own desires for where to be buried, but I figured I'd jump on live for just a little bit, just a tad. I'm in the neighborhood where I always tell you guys, by the lake. Grab my bag and I'll walk down onto the lake. But yeah, so how's it been going by everybody else? Let me know how you guys are doing. I liked the chill on Saturday night. I liked that live that I had on Saturday night. I enjoyed it, like totally in the nature. That was dope in my opinion. And it's just in Chicago. We got a couple people that are still going strong, whatever. But we're missing the presence of the individual that actually helped me get my channel started and gave me more confidence to go live. Sorry about that, shaking up the camera. Literally gave me the confidence to go live, and this individual is not, she's not, at this moment, she's not putting up content. I'm used to seeing her pretty much every day. And so Chicago is losing out tremendously by losing they're losing out tremendously by losing that individual. Yeah. So I figured I would jump on. I know Wendy's been pretty good about like being out there and stuff, and I think the other people, I mean, I don't really know, to be honest. A lot of times they come Saturday, so I don't really see them because I don't go on Saturday. It's like Shabbat, so I don't see them. And honestly, like when I go to the org, my goal is to get them to shut down the shades, and then after that, it's like, I don't know, I feel like educating people in other ways in different formats is awesome too. It doesn't have to all be right by the building, although I do love it, and I love the fact that Wendy goes out there all the time. I do. I think it's awesome. And I go out there. I usually don't go live because I can only be there for a short period of time. But look how beautiful this is, guys. Shannon. I was talking about Shannon, guys. I'm sure you figured that out. Shannon, if this isn't this place dope, this is the private beaches. You have to have like these passes and everything to get through. And thank God I have a great relationship with the council, and I have tons of passes. Shannon, you got to come out here. It's amazing out here. But Shannon's correct. I am at the sailing part all the way in the distance on the other side of that. I'll show you guys. There's actually like a fence. On the other side of the fence is where a lot of the kids swim. You can see there's probably a lot of people still there. And over here, it's all boats. Everything here is related to, sorry guys, can't get is that the correct? There we go. Over here is all the boats. I was telling them last time, Shannon, that they're actually like really expensive. A lot of these boats look like, oh, they're little boats. It's like crazy to have some of these things, but we've had some pretty crazy waves. You'll see that those are not typical. The white buoys that are out there, they don't usually have them out here. Yesterday, the waves were really, really, they didn't let anybody. Brings back memories. That's awesome. What's up, Joel? Yeah, every time I'm out here, it brings back crazy memories. And that's that spot that I started off the stream with. That's where my buddies. I don't know if Shannon, if you were here. Here, I'll go back, show you. It's pretty cool. He literally ran this place from 1996. I met him in like 98. I was a kid, but from like 96 till he passed away, he ran this place. It was all his. So the smaller tree is the one that was planted, and it's got a plaque for him. It's kind of the spot that people come to as if you're going to like a gravesite or something like that. Then this is where you go for his his wishes. This is it. Oh, sorry, I just tripped. But yeah, this is his spot. Adam, such an awesome dude. Such an awesome dude. The tree is getting big. It's been 2 years. And it's, you know, I learned about Scientology because of him, unfortunately. But yeah. Guess what, Apex? Tell me. What? I want to know what. Hey, Maggie. How you doing, guys? So we're by the lake, by the beach where my friend's memorial plaque and tree are. And I'm going down towards the lake. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. Chicken butt. Okay, Apex. It's really nice over here. And you can walk all the way along everything. And it's really beautiful. It's just there's this sailor guy coming in from the day. Apex, I hope you're not a troll. I really do. It's beautiful out here. How's everybody else been doing? How you guys been doing? What have you guys seen lately? Update me. I don't always know what's going on. That guy's coming in hot. He's actually going pretty quickly. And like the skirt of the boat's getting stopped now. That's really cool. He just came in. You have to either be a single, double, or it's either 1, 2, or 4 people. It can't be an odd number because it actually balances itself out. It's actually a pretty cool sailboat. I couldn't believe it when they told me how much this stuff was. I used to have a jet ski, and jet skis are like a quarter of the price of these really cool boats. Hey, Becca. What's up, guys? Like I said, I don't know how long this live will be. My mom actually is going to come by, but it'll be just for a short time. I could theoretically stay live, but I'm going to see my mom soon. It's just where we come to hang out. There's a boat coming in now. All the boats are supposed to be parked back here really by 7:15 or 7:30. Shannon, I'm sure you remember how it is. Amy, what's up, Amy? I hope you saw my live from Saturday night. I said I expressed myself, I think, well, and I got into the whole. I got in a little bit to the concept of personalities and how groups can become a certain way, and et cetera, et cetera. And I only broached it because you're exhausted. I hear you, Amy. I'm exhausted too, to be honest, but yeah. I hear you, Amy. I totally hear you. Today was not a hot day. It was like the high by the lake was like 70 or 71. So it wasn't really a hot day. So not a lot of people at the lake. I've been out here like almost every single day. I'm already like, I get really dark during the summer, but yeah. Stressful listening to power, a lot to deal with due to the storms. Oh, that's right, Amy. Oh, wow. So how's that been? Is everybody okay over there? We actually had a significant thing. They lost a swimmer yesterday. I think they found him. No one's giving me direct answers, but lost power. That sucks. It's like the worst in some ways. It's like your whole, we don't realize how much we rely on it. You lost for 3 days. That is for being in your area to lose that much, like for that period of time. That is absolutely crazy. That it was like that for 3 days. I went and stayed like in nature for Saturday for like Shabbat, dealing with the generator. That's smart that you have one. That is very smart that you had one. Once in a while, the Chicago in the basements of West Rogers Park, the house I grew up in, they used to flood. I remember when I paid a guy like $10,000 to like put concrete, and they kept the water out. So my parents built like an apartment below the house, and it helped because it had its own generator. But the worst part was when it was flooding, the generator would blow out. So we had to get it. Trying not to lose food. I know, right? That's what you got to do. You got to keep that fridge shut. Oh, that is the worst, Amy. I'm sorry. Yeah, so definitely don't worry about my Saturday night stream. I'm just mentioning it because I think that you would appreciate just some of the stuff I talked about. But the fact that you had to go through these storms and everything is crazy, really crazy. I wonder if I can get you guys a good view of the city all the way from here. This is the most north you can go. I'm at the edge of Chicago. Let me see. I could walk up here. They don't really like it. Yeah, you can see it. Oh, totally, guys. This is pretty cool. You guys will like this. Check that out. That's downtown Chicago. It is so beautiful, Shannon. It's amazing here. That is downtown. That is downtown. Yesterday, the water was up till there. All the water came up. It was there was like people that lose their stuff at the beach. Yesterday was like people call it finders keepers because all the stuff gets washed up when the heavy currents come in. Yeah, it is so beautiful, Shannon. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. Absolutely, I love it. Yes, it's a freshwater lake. It is a freshwater lake. Yep. This is where I basically found out about Scientology. And my friend's memorial tree is at the beginning. Oh, Amy, I don't mind for you, Amy, for sure. I don't know if you saw it before, but so when my friend passed away, he had his own wishes with regards to his body. His name was Adam. In English, that's Adam, everybody, but Amy, you probably know that name, Adam. First man, biblically speaking, was according to the Old Testament, the first man to live. His name was Adam. So that was my buddy's name, and we planted this tree, and that was awesome. We did that. Planted this tree, and he has like a little plaque for him. And this is right next to the tennis courts. That's my buddy Adam's stone. This is the tennis courts, the beach house. That's their own. That's fire and rescue's jet skis. And then all these boats, all of them are used like almost on a daily basis. You literally come at like 9 in the morning, and between like 9 and 12 when the boats go out, you see so many of them out in the water. And then the last 2 hours, I was hoping I'd get here a little bit earlier. I started live a little bit later than I wanted to, but I wanted to make sure to get this again. I promised people that I would come here, but your beach was gross. Yeah, I'll bet. Long Island. It's full of seaweed, right? So thank God we don't have to deal with that exactly. Oh, this is cool. You guys can watch this. They're about to take down the flags. End of the day, I used to do this when I was really young. You had a high tide in Milwaukee. I'll bet you did. You're on the same side that Chicago is. You're the same side of the lake. So you for sure did have a high tide. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. This is cool. It's so crazy to think about. Like, I used to do this when I was really young. This beach is definitely not gross. Shannon can attest to that too. It's just absolutely stunning. And this is one of 5 beaches that are all right here, like in this area. There's 5 beaches in this area. They're all right here. And I was out here. I promised if I'm out here, my mom's gonna pick me up. I might stay alive or go and come back because you guys might not want me to be sitting there. But I wanted to go live a little bit today. I promise. Oh, let me say hello to everybody too. Hey, Amy. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Becca. Hey, Apex. Hey, Joel. What's up? Oh, sorry, guys. I'm reading Shannon's, Chicago Scientology audit. And this drinking. Now I can read it better. Oh, during Tamarind. Yeah, eating bean soups with Monty. That's awesome. As long as you're out there with Monty on the streets, that's awesome. Yes. Hello, Shannon. To you. Let's see if they get it correct. They have to remember. They don't want to have to correct them. They need to know how to fold the flag correctly. Pressure. Pressure. Folding of the flag. Corner to the yeah, there you go. They're getting it correctly now. And these little kids are out here like all day long. They're swimming. It's so beautiful. 7:15, everybody gets out of the water, and then theoretically, people go back out, but not while the lifeguards are still here. They don't let anybody in the water. You never folded the flag? It's cool. They did it correctly, actually, in the end. I think so. Yep. Stars are showing. Good job, guys.
How you going, sir?
You too. Yeah, this was my first job, and I loved it. And that's like, Adam was my man. He was the guy he was the man. He took care of me like crazy. That's when I ran away from home, Amy. And Adam, my friend who's not with us anymore, he gave me my first job ever. Do not let it ever touch the ground. That is absolutely correct. That is definitely one of the most important things. Both my grandfathers got like out of Europe and served in World War II in Europe. Or they served in the military, wherever they were. But they served, and there's, we have flags because, when they passed away. Hey, D Savage, how are you? Adam, if I was a boy, really? So why didn't they name you Eve? That's funny. Look at the sky. It's really so crazy. So crazy. Those are not typically out there. Those are four standing buoys. Those can hold actually a platform. If they're going out, so can these 4. They can hold a platform. They had to do it yesterday. Today they opened it up again, but here, Shannon, if you were here with Monty, he'd have company. A lot of dogs come to this beach at night. There's a dog beach for like the entire day, but this is everybody can bring the dogs on at this hour. Look at that doggy. Hello, doggy. Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Everybody's friendly in this neighborhood, guys. Everybody is good people. Mama Bear. My mom's not here yet. My mom is going to be here soon. But good call. Yes, you guys are definitely going to meet Mama Bear tonight. That is correct. I know you guys would love her for sure. I know that you, Shannon and Amy, would for sure love my mom. Yeah. It's part of the 5 beaches. That's the music building in the distance. That dog's in charge. I love it when the dog's in charge. Like, who's walking who over here? I always find that really funny. Like, some people are like, are you walking the dog or is the dog walking you? But yeah, Amy, it got crazy and it was all the way past these rocks. And it was pretty crazy. It was up and down, like somebody just mentioned from Milwaukee that they had it too. But this spot is ridiculous because if you just go out to the tip, you can see that you have the city on one end all the way out there. The Sears Tower, the tallest building that you can see right now, that is the Sears Tower. No, I'm sorry, that was the John Hancock building. The Sears Tower is a little bit to the right in that picture, but the John Hancock building is that's that building. But these rocks are famous. I used to come here as a kid all the time. But yeah, Mama Bear is going to be here soon, Shannon, very soon. She's meeting me here, so just for a little bit. But I figured I would go live like I said I would. My mom is a beast and a good, she's like, my mom is like super, like, it's crazy how young she is. Not in years necessarily, but like, it's crazy. My mom is still totally like, yeah, she definitely drives at night. My mom is like out there big time all the time. She has some important jobs in the community too. And she works today till like 8. She's coming to pick me up from this spot. I used to have my Jeep out here, but I don't have my Jeep out here anymore. But yeah, that is Northwestern, guys, in the distance. That is, yes, older people won't. My dad can't. My dad can't even drive. My dad is literally the same age as my mom, and he cannot drive outside, like the doctors, like it's official. He's not allowed to drive outside of like a certain radius of where he lives. My dad's like a pretty important rabbi in the community, but he is like, he gets lost, like literally just like, he'll get lost like 3 blocks away from like where he lives. If you go the wrong direction, he's lost. It's crazy. So I know you are correct, Amy. My mom is just, as I guess they say, built different. I don't know. My mom's just like, but yes, my dad can't. Like, it's not at all. He's not allowed to. He's not allowed to drive at all. But yeah. So how have you guys been doing? Have you guys watched any of the footage from the org in Chicago? Have you guys seen it? We keep going over there and they just shut their blinds and their door all the time, so it's they do their thing. But yeah. You seeing cars in the distance, that's not her. But I love it out here. I could just sit here and there's benches to watch sunset. The sailing bench. They took this from a boat. It's kind of cool. They did a lot of cool things. Somebody's mermaid flippers. Yeah, keeping up with all the streams. I know, Amy, I know. But I'm happy that lately people have been addressing, just in general, reality is life. And life is reality. And the second you start to become closer to somebody, the second you start getting to know somebody, the more you know about them. And when that happens, whoever that person is, you start to understand their personality. And not everybody gets along with everybody else. And I guess some people it's even more difficult for them, whatever it is. But you get to see this is the point. The point is, like, The point is that everybody's an individual and everybody is here for the same purpose, to try to get rid of Scientology, because we all can agree on that. We can all agree on that. You're lucky that your beaches still have lifeguards. Milwaukee lost money. Oh, in the city, we have crazy lifeguards. Hang on, guys. All right, guys, is everybody still there? Did I lose you guys? I hope not. I hope I didn't lose you guys. What does it say? Thanks for taking me back. There you go. I will say hi. You guys are going to say hi right now. She's about to pull up. Okay, good. Windy City. He shut them down. I know that. Got him, right? As William would say, got him. Got him. This is a road that's closed off. This is, we're here. There you go. Yeah, I love it. That's the tree. Again, anybody that didn't see before, and now I'm going out so that my mom doesn't have to like drive inside, and she's gonna get all shy the second that she sees the camera out. I'll have to go on mute. She's gonna start like, oh no, oh don't put me in. Oh no, she's like so scared of like any technology. It's like she's very old school, very chilled. One of the most open-minded people I know. My grandma, her mom was like legit civil rights. She was like at the march and stuff. My grandma, my bubby, they lived in Dayton, Ohio, and she was a real civil rights activist. She also, I probably have a little bit of her inside of me, and that's why I have the kick to do it, because it's good. I do like it. I am happy that I'm trying to do something that does make a difference. So hopefully we are, slowly but surely. I don't think that they can avoid it anymore. Scientology is definitely going down.
Like, that's gotta be, like, how many, like, I was like,
Agreed. It is nice seeing the different personalities. Yeah, they're exactly different personalities. That market last night, yeah. Yep. It is crazy. It is crazy. Nice to meet you too. Oh, you're saying Mom? Well, not yet. Soon. I'll let you guys know when you meet Mom. You'll know. I'm holding the phone towards her. She comes. Look at those. Those guys have baskets of tennis balls. How many freaking tennis balls? Each one of those things. It's like they have their own little suitcase. Suitcases for tennis balls. Yes, I'm excited. You'll meet my mom too. I think that's her SUV. Pretty sure. She doesn't know yet. Say hi, Ma. Say hi.
who are we talking?
We're talking to lots of people.
Well, I'm not on camera. I'm not on camera.
I told them you were. I don't want to be on camera. Here, you hold this for 1 second. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. Just wave, Mommy. Really quick wave. Give me a second, guys. All right, now you get to see me for a couple minutes, and then I might go off and come back on because I have to go. Mama Brownstein, that is correct. Everybody's excited to meet you, Ma. Is there anything you wanted to? Should I mute it?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, I'm going to mute it for a second.
Okay.
I threw my mom on spot. One second. My mom wants to tell you guys something.
I am not a member of Shirley's Fight Club.
Oh. Sreli, by the way, is my Yiddish name. That's the whole thing with the nickname with being a little bear. My mom used to sing a song to me. That's where I got the bear Jew. Bear Juden. Yeah, so that was my Yiddish name. When my mom said Sorelli, you guys probably have no idea what she's talking about, but that is Yiddish for Israel.
Well, people could not pronounce Soroli. So I said, if you can say roly-poly, you can say Soroli.
Amy loves this. She seems tough enough. Oh yeah, she's like you said. My mom is like, she is.
Tell her my favorite word is no.
Her favorite word is no. She doesn't listen to nobody besides. My mom should come out with me and take down Scientology. My mom would be like the best ever out there. She doesn't put up with nothing. Lovely. Hello, Style. D Savage says hello. Amy says hello. D Savage says hello. Shannon said hello. Style Audit 1A. My mom is lovely. She is absolutely lovely. I was telling them about Bubby, that Bubby was like a real activist, like legit civil rights activist, and that.
And a real genteel person.
Very genteel person, and I think I got a lot of her genes inside of me.
In 1935, am I speaking?
You will, yes, you are.
In 1935, my mother of blessed memory, she should rest in peace, she went, in 1935, she would have been 13 years old. She went and picketed in front of the, I'm trying to remember, the Victory Theater in downtown Dayton, because she wanted to get it desegregated.
See, that's what I was telling you guys. My grandma was like legit. Everybody's loving this. She is amazing. She is. Was Bubby born in America? Bubby was born in America, yes.
In Dayton, Ohio.
Bubby was born
Israel's grandmother was born in Dayton, Ohio, and his great-grandmother was born in Piqua, Ohio.
Yeah, my grandma's family was from... They're Hungarian, though, right?
No, that family is...
I thought they were Hungarian. How they got that wrong?
my father's family is Hungarian.
Oh, your father's family is Hungarian. Right.
But they were from where the border between Germany and France straddles.
My mom's maiden name is actually Deutsch, like Deutschland. Yeah, Mommy, tell them some stories about. My mom has experienced it all. Wait until I take you guys to Sioux City, Iowa. It's coming up soon. You know, you guys will really get to see about. What do you have to say to them? What do you think about cults?
My dad was a silly guy.
Okay.
He would come to school at the end of the day when I was in elementary school and quite embarrass me. And he would want to shake all the boys' hands, and they would all shake his hands, and then he would go, "Ow, you're hurting me." And then he would say, "I'm going to haul off and give you a kiss." Or he would say, "I got to have a cup of coffee before I have a caffeine fit." He had a lot of sayings.
And he smoked a corncob pipe.
Yes, he smoked a corncob pipe. And he would sneak into the bathroom to smoke it because my mother wouldn't let him smoke. Then he would pretend to open the window and she would say, "Hey, are you smoking in the bathroom?" He would say, No, Joanne, I'm not.
So you guys know where I get my
Then he would go to McDonald's, which is not even kosher, but he would go there just to get a cup of coffee so he could, I put in quotation marks, steal the napkins. That way he didn't have to buy napkins.
He got napkins from the coffee store.
Yeah.
They lived in Dayton, Ohio, though, guys. That like when I went out there when they were still alive, may they both rest in peace. It was awesome going out there because it's an area where it's like really the middle of America. Like it's not like Chicago or like LA.
Small town USA.
Very much small town.
I have to get gas. I'm below empty.
Okay, you get gas. Oh wait, Bubby is smart. This Bubby right here is smart too. My Bubby was smart, and this is another Bubby. Amy's a Bubby too.
Oh, that's nice. Am I on?
Yeah.
I got a phone call from Strelly's daughter the other day, Effie, and this is what she says to me. "Bubby, you got to talk to Zadie. He's stepping over boundaries." And Bubby, we don't talk often, but I trust you. So we don't have to talk that often. I said, Effie, that's the deepest thing you've ever said to me, that you trust me, and I believe you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. Makes me so happy. Oh, you're not a bubby. Oh, for some reason I thought you were saying I got you. Okay, her daughter's 16. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're still dealing with so you're Gen X probably, I'm assuming. Which I think I assumed anyways, but D Savage, I love your mom. Yeah, my mom is awesome. So glad she's not shy. Yeah, my mom is not shy.
Oh wait, put me back on.
He's telling me you guys
I'm
love
only shy if you put me in a room with a lot of people. Then I'm like a wallflower, and I will very quietly inch my way to the back of the room against the wall. Otherwise, forget about it.
Forget about it. Yes, you're Gen X. I thought you were, Amy. I thought you were a very young grandma. I wasn't sure. I guess in my mind, for some reason, I thought that. But I knew, now that I'm thinking about it, you mentioned that your daughter's 16. You mentioned it to me. But yeah, Gen X. Yeah, we're the same generation. What were you? You were a boomer, right?
Yeah, as the tail end of the baby boomers, yes.
My mom's the end of the baby boomer. I was the last year of Gen X.
Ah. He's 56. He's a baby boomer.
Right, I'm saying me.
Yeah.
I was the last
You
year
were the last
to
year.
fit into Gen X before. Yeah.
Oh.
You're older than me, Amy? How do you know for sure? I guess you could probably tell. I'm just like a little child.
Well, let's put it this way. Israel was not a latchkey kid because he went to school where I taught school, or I taught where he went to school. So we'd come home together. But you know what? He was like a latchkey kid because I just let him run free and wild when he was little.
I did. I really did. It's not like today. 12 years older. You figured it out. That's awesome. 12 years older than me. That's the same. I knew that. I thought you were just a very young bubby. Like, because theoretically, I could be a grandfather. In theory. I mean,
You may be soon.
may God take care of it, yes. But anyway, we're driving right now in Chicago. I'm only going to mute for like 2 seconds. Happy that I'm with my mom's side. I'm just going to mute, but not yet. I'll let you guys know. So, Amy's from the East Coast, New Jersey. Do you have an accent, Amy?
New Jersey. Oh, this is Hans.
Oh, all right. This I have to mute it for 1 second, guys.
Gotta take a picture. Gotta keep you.
I remember that, Amy. I'm going to put back on mute, but actually, I remember that, Amy. I remember you told me that. Style. YouTube won't let me go on horizontal. For some reason, it's not allowing anybody to. All the streamers know.
Oh.
Thank you, Amy, for explaining it. That's exactly what you guys need to do. No, Amy, it's actually messed up right now on YouTube. You can't even change it. You cannot change it. It's impossible. Streets also was saying.
Yes.
I'll show you guys something cool. This is famous. This is a really famous trail. We stopped by a gas station. This is a really famous trail. It's on a street called McCormick. And it goes literally, it actually goes, this is the river. So right below these trees is the Chicago River. And it goes from here all the way to the city. And the teams on the universities, this is where they have their races, their rowboat races. They start all the way down, which is like Northwestern. Loyola's like right there. Northwestern's all the way there. Loyola's like right there. And then Chicago and Illinois school all up there. If you rewind, if you click on the channel through SVT, you can. Thank you, Amy. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you for throwing that out there. And yeah, you guys will stay on. I'm going to get on the train really soon. I'm actually going to take the train back because I didn't drive up north today. The traffic in Chicago is like horrible. It's just easier. Everybody takes the train here in Chicago. It's like very typical for people to just take the train. But thank you, Amy. Thank you for putting that link. And I'm going to send you other links, Amy, that are going to come up during the summer. But we'll do that then. But thank you. You're awesome with the links. But yeah, if you go all the way down on this one trail, there's also this really beautiful, you have to get off on a half hour as we are on an hour later here. Oh, yeah, totally. Amy, you go when you need to. You got it. It's awesome that you're even in here. It's awesome. Yes, thank you, Amy. I don't know what that means. What a bother for people following a creator's channel. I'm not sure what you mean, style audit. But Amy, I totally got you. You're helping me just by being here. Every second that you're here is a help. It's not no expectations from me. Hey guys, back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just wanted to point out another thing that like it is true that like there are a lot of people out there and you're in their chats and stuff and people are raising money for different things. Um, it's just important, I guess, for people to realize that you know you don't know where your money's going to. And actually, I was going to mention it because there's going to be a link that I'm going to send where people can actually donate, but it's directly to a non-for-profit charity. It's not to like my bank account or anything like that. I wouldn't make any money off of it at all. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, this is a neighborhood called West Rogers Park. Hang on for a second, guys. You're gonna go on mute for just a second. Sorry, guys. Pocket time for just a minute or two. Yeah, Amy, I hear you. I think it was just what I was referring to was more like not monetizing. That, of course, is okay. It's just I think that it's just been mentioned to me that it's important for people to realize that when you think you're when people are basically are asking for money to pay for specific things, that's I was just saying just know the difference between monetizing because that's like your content versus other stuff. That's what I was referring to. I mean, yeah, of course, there's nothing wrong with monetizing it. Absolutely. All right, D Savage, no problem. I appreciate you guys being here. Say bye, Ma, to them.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Oh wait, guys, you're gonna stay. I'm gonna mute for just a second. Coming right back.
gotta get out.
I'm coming right back, guys. Just give me another second. I'm sorry. Hey, what's up, YG? Style audit, I'm back, guys. Let's see what you guys said. There's nothing wrong monetizing. I agree with that. I was referring to what you're talking about now. Some people grift, especially on the GoFundMe. Yes, that's what I was referring to. That's exactly what I was referring to. Exactly what I was referring to. Exactly. Good, style audit. You should finish it. Hey, why? Okay, everybody has a personality. I was talking about within the context of like, you or not, but there are people that are getting money and you just don't know where that money's going. And that is true. Roly poly. That is what my mom. Oh, you must have listened to the beginning. My mom. Hopefully you saw the lake too. Yes, Yisroel Brownstein was a bear. Yisroel Brownstein had no hair. I can't sing this. You sing it. She won't sing it. But that's where the bear came in. Because I was very bald as a kid. Very bald. But hang with me, guys, because it's a cool train ride home. In a second, I have to drop off something for my kids. And then I'm running back to the city, actually. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I grew up, guys, this is crazy. I grew up right here, right around this corner coming up. This was our old house that I grew up in, right next door to this one. Kind of cool place. Don't live there anymore, so I'm not doxing anybody. All right, hold on for 1 second, guys. I got to run back inside. I don't know what just happened, guys. It was my phone, actually. Come back in later. I'll still be there, style audit. I really appreciate, Amy, if you're still there, I appreciate you bearing with me, especially tonight with this moving around. But earlier, we had them shut the shades, and then tonight I went to the memorial spot for my friend who, I don't like saying Scientology off somebody, but he is gone, and his family did not get to say goodbye. Sorry, guys. But it'll be cool. You guys will like the train ride home. It actually goes by some like really, really cool spots. And we're almost there. Mommy Brownstein, you raised the gray. Well, you'll tell her right now because I'm getting back in her car for a second. Okay, Mommy YG, who is says that you raised a very good. YG has a little one. Mommy Brownstein, you raised a great son. Lots of knocks. YG says, what do you say?
Thank you.
There you go. This is all my stuff, right?
And the envelopes are in there too. Please put it away.
I am. I'm gonna put it actually in the other. Yeah.
You want the bag? Keep
That's fine.
from slipping out.
The bag's over
I
there.
have to get
Oh.
the bag home.
Right.
You have no.
Guys, I'm doing mute one more time, but follow the roads, and we will get to the train station really quick. Give me one more second. Guys, I'm back. Hi, Mommy Brownstein. Oh, I saw that already. What else do you have to say about Chicago, Ma? What's your favorite part about Chicago?
My home.
Home. I'm not going to dox my mom. She was doxing herself, showing everybody who she was. That's my mom. She don't care. Come, don't.
By the way,
don't tread on me.
and by the way, the door is always unlocked. And if it is locked, I'll tell you where the key is. I hide it under a bottle of wine next to the door.
Oh, yes. That is awesome. Yes, that is very much what she does. I thought you guys were not on mute. I just muted. No, it's no problem. You can't even see the street signs. No, it's no problem. You can't even see the street signs. There you go. I just wanted you to know, Amy, that I'm going to touch base with you. Go. I just wanted you to know, Amy, that I'm going to touch base with you. I'm going to let you know the dates in July where, it could be helpful, but I want to stress the fact that everybody should just know that I made Amy a moderator. She didn't ask to be a moderator. She never, not a word. I just did it one day. I didn't even tell her. I just made her a moderator. So she is amazing for doing anything for me at all. The fact that she's in this chat is unbelievable. And I'm gonna touch base with you and let you know like certain concrete speeches that I think you guys will truly enjoy, that are scheduled and at some crazy cool places, and you'll understand why I am so passionate about trauma and trying to help people that experience trauma, especially childhood trauma. What do you have to say, Mommy, about people that traumatize children?
I first of all, I pray to God that there should be no traumatized children in the world. Number two, when those children grow up, it's a very particular balance that people around them have to have, where you don't want to pity them, you don't want to pity people, but on the other hand, you want to be supportive and be there for what they need if they need it without enabling them.
That's a good way of putting it, but there's this organization that, of course, we've discussed on numerous occasions. Literally, they don't even consider children. They're just adult beings
People.
in tiny bodies. He just... Now I'm making fun of my mom. In Lakewood, New Jersey, no. I didn't hear about it at all. That's where my daughter is. What are you talking about? What tragedy?
Little boy died.
What?
Car accident.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my friend Hassie Brog, her grandson, 4 years old.
Oh, that's terrible. Amy and my mom just
The
said
drivers are just crazy over there. And they don't buckle their children in.
Oh.
Is that what she's referring
No,
to?
he probably, I'm assuming, Amy, you'll tell me if my mom was correct.
It happened about
Oh, she put in the link. So, yeah, it's Daily
2
News.
weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago? No, Amy's talking about something today.
Oh, no, I
Tell
don't
Amy,
know.
what is it?
What?
Try to, if you can, in a few words. She's talking about something else. It says, my Daily News. If I hit that link, I think it's going to take me away. A mother drowned her 2 daughters.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
You sure
Amy,
that's in Lakewood, New Jersey?
Amy's from...
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know who's from New Jersey?
Isn't that crazy? Somebody drowned their kids? Like,
No, that's terrible. That's devastating.
Oh my gosh, Naomi Elkins last week. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that is such a familiar name. I actually think I know of
Elkins?
the person.
She
Yeah, I
must
actually
be
think from a
Chicago.
website. That is crazy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Amy, my mom is like very upset now. Wow. Thank you for telling me, Amy. That was you did me a favor by telling me. Don't think that it was. She was mentally ill, obviously. I worked when I first got my doctorate. I worked in the largest mental health prison, where people don't have to go to prison because they're found not guilty by reason of insanity. It's called an NGRI, and I used to administrate the tests. And on so many occasions, like literally, I would say 50% of the women that were there, it was for that, precisely that. And it's so sad. It's just, it's so sad. One of my clients was like that. That is 2 little girls. Oh my gosh. Of course she was suffering from mental illness. I mean, nobody would assume that. That's so sad. Oh my gosh, that's horrible, Amy. 2 little girls, mommy.
Well, if there's any news, Suri would know about it.
My sister, my mom is referring to my sister who would know, but
Right.
that's so sad. Oh wow, Amy. My mind is like racing in like a thoughtful way now that you mentioned that. That is really crazy. Wow. That's powerful. Well, thank you for sharing, Amy. It was good, in my opinion, for me to know. It's very important for me to know. My daughter's out there. Oh, that is so devastating. Wow. Mental illness happens everywhere. I mean, that's a lot of what's going on. That's like how Scientology got in, it was a deranged, mentally ill individual to begin with. And that's what happens when you suffer so badly. She probably thought she was doing a good thing. That's very often what they think. Very often what you think in situations like that is like, oh, this is the best for my children. And it's just that sad. Wow, that's terrible. You follow true crime? Oh, yeah, totally. I hear that. Oh, that's so sad. This right here, is this? No, it's the next street. Where's the butcher? Not this street.
The butcher is that.
Oh, yeah. There's a very famous butcher here called
Romanian.
Romanian. Thank you. My
They
dyslexic.
ship meat all over the world.
All over the world. A very famous butcher. People from New York, Amy, order from there to have it like freeze dried and sent. Like that's how good it is.
And for the
on that block.
For the 4th of July, they're already out of 4 dogs to a pound. That's a 1/4 pound hot dog.
Wow. Right, 1/4 pound hot dogs. Those are the big, like the sausage hot dogs they make. Yeah.
Right.
They're already out of it. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow. I know, Amy's from Connecticut, first of all, Ma.
Oh,
Yeah.
a Connecticut Yankee.
Isn't
Is this it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this
Can
is
I
it.
go?
Yeah.
Can I
Yes,
turn
yes,
here?
yes.
It says, do
Yes.
not enter.
That's the other side.
No, it says do not
Or
enter.
just turn around, then I'll just get out right here. We're at the train, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Just turn around.
You'll go in
Give me
this-
1 second, guys. Yeah, this is exactly where I'm at, and it's just going to take me 10 seconds, and then I'll totally be with you guys.
Oh.
But yeah, it really quick. My Amy is Amy's grandfather was a butcher in Connecticut.
Wow.
That's where my family. Amy, I think we went through this before. I told you
Yes.
that. Okay, hold on, guys. Of course, Amy, now that you guys will really realize what a mama bear is, of course, I see my mom for 2 minutes, and what does she do for me? 1,000.
Open your bag.
Look at my
Open your
mom.
bag.
Bakery and baked goods and
Tell her I take my
Throw it in there.
paycheck and food for Shirley.
for paycheck and food. His mom was a camp counselor at the center of my father's mom. Caught their eye for a shidduch. Wow, that's such a powerful story. Wait till you guys see this. Oh, look at all these baked goods. Amazing. Okay. Love you, mommy. Love you, love you. Yes. YG. I came to New Jersey in 2005. Crazy. Wow, Amy, that story that you just said, though, that is like insanely powerful that happened. Somebody was suffering so badly from mental illness that they did that. I don't even want to say the word on YouTube, but there's a diagnosis for that. And I worked like almost every female client that I had, pretty much every female client that I had in the prison system, it had to do with their children or their siblings or their parents, and they were there for serious crimes. This wasn't like just the jail. Like this was 100%. This was 100%. 100% prison system. Like, you know, serious crimes. Almost everybody was there for some form of like one violent crime or another. So, but yeah. But I do want to stress, though, one thing that I do want to say is, Amy, and you were bringing it up before too, and people in Chicago and Shannon, whatever, and yeah, I want to be clear, monetizing is okay, but if you just don't know where your money's going to, sometimes you should just stop and think about it. That's all. It's like, you know, you have to know that. You said it, Amy. I think you wrote like grifters. You know, like that exists. That is a real thing, unfortunately. It is a real thing. I was discussing it earlier, and I wanted to point out, because I had mentioned, you know, the different personalities, but I wanted it to be clear that I was simply referring to the interactions that you have with each other are going to vary, you know, and I don't, whatever words people use, this one's that, this one's that, any of the politics, I'm not involved in any of that. All I can say is that there are people that will take advantage of it. There are other people that would never do something like that. So it's just like, that's why for me, I won't even put up a link. Eventually I'm going to send one to Amy that you'll be able to put up, Amy, but it's going to go straight to the Chesed Fund. So it's like you're literally watching your dollars go to the right place. There's like no question. Sorry, guys. That's the main thing that I was saying. And yes, there are people that would, you know, take advantage of it, and there are other people that are here for the right reasons, and they should make money. I'm subscribed to a few channels, not a few really, only one. I was, you know. Read the comments. You're talking about me, Amy? Okay, 1 second. I'm going back. Ariana goes to butcher. What was his name? Nicole Karch, which is a big Chicago name too. Now it was in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. My mom's from Massachusetts. My dad, who was from Connecticut. My mom's sister's husband was the director of Norwalk, Connecticut Jewish Community Center. Oh, the boys like at JCC. That's awesome. And your mom met your father the summer she spent with her sister. That's so cool. She met him because your mom was a camp counselor at the center. Oh, that's so beautiful. And your dad's mom caught her eye. That is so adorable. That's awesome. So you've been there since 2005. I see what you were saying now. Amazon wish list and then return everything for credit. Oh my God, I can't even imagine. That's exactly what. So I wanted to correct myself because of what I said before, and you're absolutely correct. That's what I was referring to. It's going in and out, but I know why. I just have to get past this thing. Hold on. Hey guys, sorry about that. Did they want you to YG, the story of your parents, right? I understood that. It is a cool story. Exactly. I was like that too. I met the greatest of all time. She's very private. So she requests that I do not discuss a lot of adorable stuff. But if you follow like Facebook or whatever, you'll see. You will see. I was very much, since we were kids, she's the best. But yeah, after I made the comment about personalities, I was just, one of you made a comment, and I was thinking about it. That's not, I was referring to the fact, like, I was saying in a sense, like, okay, if everybody's different, that's not a bad thing. People get along, people don't get along. But with regards to grifting, yeah, that's an extremely important component. Amy, they are different. They absolutely are different. You are correct. New York and New England are completely different. Amy, I say God and not car. The R I don't really use heavy, but I have a heavy, the O, God forbid, heavy Boston. I think I told you, Amy, that Boston was my main spot. Charlestown, Mass. Charlestown. I don't know, Amy. My parents grew up in New England. My dad did. Not so fancy, but then my uncle has like a mansion out there in Newton, right outside of Boston. Ari, the second son. Are you being serious, YG? That's crazy. But Amy, you're right in general. Like, there's no bar park and there's no Flatbush in New England. I completely agree with that. But you do have some really nice suburbs there. But you're right, it's not the same. It's not gaudy. It's not gaudy. It's not. It's nice. In New York, people can get pretty gaudy. It baffles my mind, too, because you're, like, living across the street, and some people can't afford, and then there's other people that have, like, Porsches. Yeah, but you know what I have to say about that, Amy? I don't think Brooklyn is fancy. I think it's actually weird, and I think it's kind of like, ugh. That's what I have to say. I don't feel like I'm in like a neighborhood. I feel like I'm just in like a shoebox. I don't know what Sharon. I know Brooklyn, but the five towns are nice. I think that's the only part of New York that I would say is really nice. I like the five towns. I like the five towns. This one's going up. I'm wondering if I should just go to the, it's cool what you're going to see, but I'm wondering if I should just catch the, I'm going to take you guys to Wrigley Field, but I'm wondering if I should, yeah, you know what? I'll take the other one, more scenic. I'm going to take the more scenic view. I have a much more scenic, view that we can go on. Much more scenic. It's like a lot nicer. We'll be there in 1 second now. I'm just checking my stuff. It's because I'm going to pick it up again. I hate dropping things, and that happens too often. I think tonight, thank God, I did not. Amy, you have me all the New England O. We used to joke around as kids that the guys from Yeshiva that were from New England, we used to say, like, there's a New Yorker and there's a New England awe. New England awe. That's an O-R, not A-U. But it's pronounced A-U. New York is kind of the opposite of that. This is actually a really cool... This station is the very last station, like the very last station in Chicago. So like the lake where I took you guys before, that was in a neighborhood called Evanston. At this stop, my mom just wanted to say hello, and it was an opportunity. My son's in yeshiva, so it's not like he's home, but it was an opportunity for me to drop something off for him. But I should have mentioned that. We were literally, like, where I got in the car was a neighborhood called Evanston, and then we drove to literally one of the last blocks in Chicago, and that's this block. So we were just further away. Now we're just much, much closer to the lake. And we went a little west. In Chicago, when you guys saw me, I was at that's like northeast. Then we just went a little bit south of Evanston, which is the first neighborhood off the lake, and it's called Rogers Park. That's the first neighborhood. There's West Rogers Park, East Rogers Park, but Rogers Park is the first neighborhood. That's where we, and that's where I am now. And this is where you catch the, the train if you want to go. Hold on, guys. Sorry, my hands. Go. It tells me to go. Wait. Oh, this is the 95th. So here we are. Sorry, guys. My finger is blocking you. I'm going to watch the steps so that I don't roll down. Let's see, we might have gotten the...
Hello, sir.
Hello.
What line are you looking for?
Red. Going south. This is south.
What do you need?
Nice. These guys, look how nice it is in Chicago.
Pull it down.
Thank you. You're awesome.
What happened? You fell asleep?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. That was cool. That guy actually hooked it up for us. I am the first one on the train. Like I said, this is where the city starts. This is the first stop. If you're east in Chicago, this is the first stop coming north. Very famous train. This is called the Red Line. You guys have seen me on this train before. I've taken you all the way downtown. So this is literally like you're in the suburbs. Think of it like that. And then, you know, I didn't know this, Sharon. I figured that it was neighborhood or city in Massachusetts. How come I don't know that? Is Sharon just like a smaller town? Am I even saying it correctly? I thought it was funny that I didn't know. I actually thought that was interesting. I was like, how do I not know? If Amy's saying it exists there, like, how do I not know? That's crazy, Amy, that I just did not figure that out. I did not know that. Charlestown. I was like a teenager when I was out there in Charlestown, Mass. I truly loved it out there. Sharon is a very Jewish town. Am I saying it correctly? How do I not know this? Is it very religious, or is it more of like a, I don't know, let's use the word more modern community? I'm not referring to like, I think you understand what I mean. Because it, for some reason, it literally doesn't even ring a bell. Does not ring a bell. So that's interesting. Secular, okay. So when I grew up, all I knew was, the only secular part that I knew of was where my uncle lived. Because my dad's like a big rabbi, very ultra-Orthodox. And my uncle lived in Newton. So I knew the mountains. I know the mountains around there, and then I know just the suburbs of Boston. I don't know, I guess. You know, even one of my friends, I can't think of the name of the town, but there's another city in New Jersey, also that I always forget the name of it, and there's tons of Jews there too, but I'm telling you, I usually know. It's interesting that I don't know this. Is it like an old school town, or is it like a newer populated neighborhood, like from the New York, what like split off eventually. People started moving to Jersey, because I have never heard of that. That is so weird to me. Write how to pronounce it. Like, is it S-H? And how do you pronounce the A, or is it A? I'm assuming Roan, but Sharon. Am I saying it correctly? I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, guys, but... Oh, like Sharon? Like our friend Shannon? Shannon? So Shannon, Sharon, like that? I can't see without the glasses. Yes, very cool. You don't know what Newton is? You've never heard of Newton? Right outside of Boston? I mean, Charlestown is famous. If you're from New England, you have to be proud of the fact that they made that movie called The Town. Such an amazing film. AYG, you're also not familiar, yeah. Is it buffering by you guys? Hopefully not. It shouldn't be now. Now that I'm on the train, it should be clear. Then I'm going to take you guys to nighttime at Wrigley. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me. I do not think it's buffering on my end. Here we go.
This is the red line train to 95th. All aboard, doors are closing, all aboard.
This is the train that we take when we go to Scientology, all the way south. I'm not going that far south because today I went to the memorial site.
Doors closing.
But yeah, you guys get to see this is the other end. My neck. Something fall? It's making noise here. I don't know why. Yep, my water fell. I thought I heard something. Oh boy. Oh boy. I thought I heard something.
This is a red line train to downtown.
YG, is it still buffering? It shouldn't be buffering anymore. I hope not. I hope you guys can see it.
Welcome aboard Red Line Run 825. Jarvis is next.
It gets a little quieter once it starts
In the direction of
hitting.
travel, doors open
Because we
on the
left
left
from the
at
train
Jarvis.
yard. The train yard is literally where we just came from. It's where this line begins and it's where this line ends. Precisely. So we were at the first stop.
This is
Sharon
Jarvis.
Sharon is home to Mass.
Doors closing.
7 synagogues. Wow, there's a lot of shows. Are they newer though, Amy? I'm wondering, is it like an old neighborhood or is it
Doors
like
open on the left
a
at
neighborhood?
Horse.
You know how I say spawn? I always say that they spawn from New York because there's just not enough room or it costs too much money, so people move to Jersey or whatever. Newton has 2 sections, north and Newton south. Which one's the one with all the mansions? And I understand. I'm following your comments too. I understand. So you're not sure about that. I don't know. The part of Newton, it's like I think it's north because it's definitely up high. It's like almost like a tiny mountain. Like literally, there's actually like like it goes so far up that there's a in the park that's right there. There's like a huge sled park that literally has a rope, you know, like an escalator rope that pulls you up, etc. So you have no clue though about that, yeah. It's okay for you, Michael? Okay, good. I know it's a little dark here. I guess I could show my ugly mug until we get closer.
This is course. Doors closing.
Why do you hear him?
Loyola is next.
Michael's letting you know what to do.
Doors open on the left at Loyola. Soliciting and gambling are prohibited on CTA vehicles.
Can't gamble, guys. There's no gambling. People really do. They do those, like, you know, the card tricks and stuff. There's a lot of people that do that type of stuff, or used to, and they really did crack down. But once you get really far south on this train, like really, really far south, it gets wild. People will just be like smoking blunts, like at night, just in the train. Grandfather's brothers were big gamblers, really? My uncle, my dad's brother, big time also. We used to have trips to Vegas. He's a lot younger than my dad, so I hung out with my uncle a lot, like when I was rebellious. Oh, and Amy, my dad's the only one that was religious from his family. So like my uncle's not religious at all.
Doors closing.
So I used to make trouble. Horse races, poker, and casinos. Yep, exactly. There's a famous spot in Chicago, in Indiana, because it's legal, and they're thinking, I think it might even be legal in certain areas of Chicago. I know they were thinking about making it illegal, but there's this one spot, like this tiny little town that's at the edge of Chicago in Indiana, and people go there all the time to the casinos. It's like kind of like, I mean, it's not really a nice city, but it's kind of like running to Atlantic City. It's not Atlantic City, but it's a famous little town in Indiana. Bumpity bump, bump, bump. So how you guys doing tonight? Everybody good? It's cool where you're gonna start to see lights, because like I said, where we just came from is like total suburban type neighborhood, and it's like all quiet, whatever, and then all of a sudden you're gonna hit the city and it's all lively, and you know, gambling is, I feel like it's like alcohol. It's like, no, you're right, in some ways. I don't know. Yeah, I don't gamble, that's for sure. I mean, if you look at the lives it destroys, as somebody with a doctoral degree in clinical psychology, I can definitely tell you gambling destroys lives. That doesn't mean everybody. There are some people that are capable of doing it, but
In the direction of travel, doors open on the left at Thorndale.
anyway, Amy, it's usher. It's asul.
Please do not
Can't be an
lean
aid.
against the doors.
That's for sure. And if you start winning, they figure out a way to grab it back. I agree with you guys. I agree with you, Amy. Amy with the wisdom. There we go. You're going to start seeing the city really soon. It's kind of like reflective. I think by the doors it's not as reflective. Here, I'll stand up even while you do it. You guys can see like the stars of Chicago.
Bryn Mawr is next. In the direction of travel, doors open on the right at Bryn Mawr.
You'll see it's kind of cool. And the house is totally against you. You almost never are going to win.
Electronic devices, so as not to disturb other customers.
Essentially all you guys see is me, probably. There's something called the Mega Million, and it is literally the only time in the Middle East I've gambled. There's like a town in the Middle East in Yisroel, Jericho, when I was younger. But what I would do is I would go in with a set amount of money, like a few $100, and like it had to be money that I was willing to lose. And if it doubled, I stopped immediately. So every Arab Shabbos, I used to, every single Arab Shabbos that was like for Shabbos, I used to buy one Mega Million ticket. Not anymore, but I used to. It's $1, and the jackpot was always like 50, 100 mil, and sometimes it goes up to like close to $1 billion. It's one of the largest jackpots. It's called the Mega Million. I don't think you guys have it on the East Coast. I think it's more of like a Midwestern, but like East, like it's like Illinois, Indiana. See, now it turns around. The doors start opening on the other side. You'll see people are going to start backing in. It gets lively only at night. I just try not to film other people.
Argyle is next. In the direction of travel, doors open on the left at Argyle.
Oh, so you do have the parallel. That's exactly. So that's the only one I ever have bought in my life. And I've never bought a scratch-off ticket even. Nothing. Zero. And the Powerball, yeah. I hear that. I do get that one. But so, as I was saying before, I just wanted you guys to know that I wanted to clarify, like, if you guys listen to my Saturday night stream, you'll hear exactly what I said, precisely about personalities. But it was brought to my attention regarding the people that have like GoFundMes. Listen, I'll have to admit it. If Street says, you know, there's this, whatever it is, I'll usually, you know, recognize what they're doing, whatever. But to blindly do it, you guys just have to know. Just realize that, you know, there are people that are, you know, it's not for me to say this person, that person, but there are definitely people out there that are definitely not being honest about the financial component, and there are others that are being honest. So I'm definitely not trashing on the. I'm definitely not trashing on them.
Doors closing. Wilson is next.
So many scams on YouTube. I know, it's like, I gotta say that, like, I've lived such a unique and crazy life, and I've been up and down and here and there, but I have to tell you, I'm very, very ignorant when it comes to that stuff, and I'll easily, the only reason I may not get sucked into it is because I don't really, like, I don't usually, how do I explain it? I would say I'm not usually a part of things where that type of stuff is brought up. And in my community, like the links that I'm going to put out, I'm going to be collecting for a, you know, charity for people that suffer from trauma. But you're literally sending it to a 501c3, one of the largest 501c3s, and it's run by, like, I mean, you could just do your own investigative work, and by the time you're, after about 5 minutes of investigating, you'll realize that you know exactly where your money's going to. Precisely, like every single little penny. You know exactly where it goes. You could literally follow your money to the charity. So you're not being, it's not like somebody's just saying, oh, it's for this, it's for that. Which again, I have to tell you that like some people might really need it, but I usually say find a good charity that's willing to let you use their account, because it gives people the ability to, to do things in like a for sure, guaranteed, honest way. I have seen many scams on YouTube. I got some on Facebook, I think is the most that I've ever experienced, that I've seen on Facebook. Dry bag. They will say, yep, Amy, you'll love this. So in the single Jewish community, there was a young lady who like seemed like, like new to the Midwest, and everybody was just friendly, and usually you don't have to like ask that many questions. Usually you just kind of like know, and she just seemed like she was part of the community. And then all of a sudden a bunch of guys realized that there were like 4 guys paying for her bills all at the same time. So even though she was showing bills, there's like 4 separate dudes that were like friends, and they all like were talking about it, and they're like, yeah, I met this chick, and she, just helping her out a little bit, and like, oh, I also met a chick that helped her. I also met a, and all of a sudden they all 4 of them realized that they were all paying for the same bills. They definitely got scammed. Yeah, it is. Wow. She wasn't even from the community, we found out. It was, I mean, I have to tell you, in Chicago, like in the Midwest, it's so just like open that like, if you're there, you're just, it's kind of like the assumption is that you're telling the truth. And you have to like kind of, it's the opposite in most of the world. Like you have to prove, in the community very often, you have to prove that you've done bad to get labeled. You don't think it's even illegal? I wonder. I have no clue. I mean, it's just shiesty, in my opinion. Just really shiesty. By the way, I feel like Scientology in so many ways does that. That's what they do also. They tell you where your money's going and all this great stuff, and meanwhile, it's nothing. It's a big nothing. A big old nothing sandwich. They wouldn't? Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't. None of the guys went to the cops. None of them went to the cops. They just kind of like, I mean, once she was outed, like that was it. But a big nothing burger, there you go, that's exactly what that's what he says, big nothing burger. But yeah, once that one individual was outed in the community, she had to move. I mean, her life became absolutely miserable. She had to leave, she had to leave. And it was really sad too, because she had 2 little kids that were like babies. And so like she kind of tugged at people, but clearly the community knew, because the community's so giving. There's like 2 or 3 funds that if you go to them, they'll help you. Almost like if you need help, they'll help you. In Chicago, there's like a famous saying, if you don't have a house, we'll buy you one. But, that's just, she had to move. Yeah, that is what they would say, that the guys are suckers. Yep. And as badly as I feel, it's kind of like a good point. The third boy was Gedalia. That is crazy. And the 4th boy was Daniel. Daniel. And the 5th boy was Yonah. Oh, wow, that is insane. Yes, exactly correct, Amy. Exactly correct. As we say, she was sent chutz mi machaneh, outside the camp. Yes, she was a pariah. And, I mean, her life was made. She didn't have to pay anybody back, but her life became miserable, absolutely miserable. Her landlord gave her like a 30-day notice. Usually you have to give like a 90-day notice. But if there's like illegal activity, whatever, and she was scared that people were going to do something, I think if she would really have known about the Jewish community well enough, she'd realize that like everybody would feel like suckers, but no one's gonna do nothing to her. But she got scared. I mean, she very quickly moved. And we did file something in the community tabs. Like, there's a few of them, like the Hillels, the Jewish community centers. There's something called the Agudas Yisroel of America. So her name was put in. And she was no longer. She no longer had that ability whatsoever. Yes, he very much so didn't want trouble, and you know, it's very good. I mean, that's actually what happened. Is he was the one that was approached because people were handing him money, and he's like, "No," she said, "Here we are, guys. This is well, the next stop is actually the best one." But that's the whole point, Amy, is that her landlord actually said that it was actually kind of crazy because her landlord like didn't know what to do about it, and then realized that it was a really bad situation, and then after that was not able to do it. Here, guys, you're gonna love this. This is cool. Whoa, and I'm falling. Sir, do you see anything?
This is
Sir, do you see anything on the floor over there?
I don't see anything.
Nothing. Just in case I drop something. Thank you. Wait, guys, you're gonna see. Look at this. They have. It's almost like it looks like granite. It's obviously not granite, but it looks like it. No, wait till you see it. Wait till you see it, guys. This is a cool spot. I love this spot. This is one of my favorite places. Wait till you see. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it, guys. Here it comes. Here it comes. The very famous lights. That is Wrigley, guys. That is the very famous lights of Wrigley. This is a famous bar. Very, very famous. This entrance is extremely famous. This whole thing all the way down. In a second, we're going to go down. That's where it takes us. Yeah, the landlord didn't want trouble, and he knew it wasn't like just trouble. He knew it was like some serious shiesty, shit going down, and that was it. It got shut down really fast. And I'll tell you how nice everybody was, though. Some of my buddies, they actually met the kids, and one of the kids was like 2 or 3, I guess, around that age, young, but like old enough that they interacted with the child. And we all felt very bad for the kid. Like, oh my God, this kid's not going to have a house anymore. So people, it wasn't with an easy, it wasn't like one big swift, easy, screw you. It was like, people thought about it, and then they went to the landlord, and they basically said, you know what, like, let him be the one to make, that decision. And he said, sorry, Charlie. And that was it. She had to move. And what we did was she ended up telling people where she was going because she still had the money. No one asked for the money back, and she still had that money. And so they said, you need to use it you need to use that money to go and move. And that is what she did. I mean, I will say that is exactly precisely what happened. She had to move, and people actually paid for it, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, the more I'm talking about it, the more crazy it sounds to me, Amy. I don't know, until I just talked about it, it didn't seem as crazy as it sounded. But I guess it is crazy. It's just like in Chicago, it really is a famous line. It's like on Purim, Amy, which you guys know it's a Jewish holiday, where it's like fun and everybody's like dressed up and festive, and there's a lot of charity that's passed around on that day. And Chicago's kind of famous. Like, they'll send students from other schools and whatever, to collect money in Chicago because they give out so much money. Dead on, Amy. She was walking around like, you know, she was very pretty. I mean, that's all obviously subjective, but like she was, she caught people's eyes, and there's a lot of successful businessmen in Chicago that are my age or younger, and she's kind of in that age where like men that have already set up their lives, you're meeting guys that could theoretically have, sugar daddy or whatever, and and they got, if that's what you say. Yeah, it was really sad. It was a really sad situation. That's the only situation that I ever saw. Look, with my own eyes. Yep, true crime. You mentioned you like true crime. I used to watch that once in a while. And not only that, there's a YouTube channel that I actually really like. This guy's like from England or Ireland, I forget. I haven't watched it in a while. But he has some of the best true crime stories ever. He narrates it. I can't remember his name. I know, man. The problem was the dudes were amazing to her kids. 2 of them are fathers themselves. It wasn't just like pick them up one night from the club. It was like getting into real relationships. We worried about the children. We really did. That was part of our attention. And that's when we found out that, that's literally when we found out that she was not part of the community, is because we did some basic research, and it came out that she was not part of her kids they were not part of the community, which made it harder, but we helped her move, and that was it. We helped her move, and then one of my friends owned a property and shares other properties in a different city, and they actually got her a job. She's like a bartender, like a tiny little bar. It was like a whole mishigas, you know what I mean, Amy? A whole mishigas. Way too many stories, I agree. She had very poor judgment. We were worried about the kids, and then there was not much we could do about it. And also, we all thought that we knew, like, oh, there's a dad that's just gone, and there was like a real name used. Yeah, it was a real thing. It was a true crime story. I mean, it wasn't super famous, but like if you were like hanging out with any divorced, young to middle-aged singles, they knew about it. One of the, what, Amy, I'll tell you, what one of the big red flags was? She wasn't close with the other beautiful chicas from our beautiful community. She wasn't close with anyone. That was one of the things that, like, it was a red flag. For me, at least, when I met her, it was like a weird red flag. It was like she was hanging out with dudes most of the time. At first, she thought it wasn't a big deal, even though everybody found out. And she started saying to certain guys, she would like send texts like, hey, you want to hook up? Straight up. I literally have a text. She's on Facebook. She just straight up asked. I was like, no, definitely the wrong guy. It takes a lot for me I have to be willing to give my heart. I have to be willing. Very strange. For me, it wasn't even like, she wasn't even like on my radar because, you know, I think God had an amazing, I know what a beautiful relationship looks like, and I feel blessed that I did have that love in my life for many years. And then my trauma just, my story's a long story, but it's pretty public. You guys will hear it in when I'm in Sioux City, but it wasn't fair. Whatever. It was a period of time where I was like really, really lost. But you know, either way, point is, she wasn't even on my radar. Like it wasn't a chica that I would even it wasn't something that I would even have thought to date. But some of my friends, theoretically, if her story was true, it would line up with some of my friends who wanted kids and wanted to feel like a dad and wanted to have that experience. And that's the way she put it out there. She straight up put it out there that, like, you know, the dad's gone. And I mean, she had a real name and everything. Her story was like the only huge scam that I can say I like directly saw. When you brought up scams, that's why I mentioned it. It was like the only one that I ever like directly like saw with my own eyes and met the person. And yep. But today anyway, it's like the world's just a different world. Like, look at the stuff that goes viral in general in this world that we live in today. Some of it might be fun. Oh, think about what's going on right now. There's a huge viral thing, right? With, I don't want to say, but she says something kind of like inappropriate. And she answers a question, and she answers it pretty inappropriately. And she is actually on YouTube saying it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Good night, Amy. Thank you for always coming. I appreciate it. I'm going to text you later, Amy. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I'm 2 stops away anyway from home, so I love that you were here. Thank you. Hey, Carrie. How are you? I'm a couple blocks away, but I got off here to show you guys the rooftops. Those little lights are rooftop seats. And then once we get on the train, you'll see there's even more Wrigley stuff. Very much the Cubs neighborhood. It's where everybody comes to, on some level, party. It's a very chill little neighborhood. Very chill little neighborhood. The street race Sunday? Which street race? I'm not sure what you're for. Like a few marathons this weekend. My sister is going to be in a marathon. Is there something I'm missing or I'm not thinking correctly of? Are you referring to Chicago, Gary? Oh, the NASCAR. No, I'm not going. I am not going. You're talking about the Indy? Is it this weekend? Is the Indy? I'm assuming it's the Indy you're referring to, which is not far from Chicago, and I do love that stuff. Cars is one of my favorite things in the world. There's actually a track in, oh yeah, my battery's dying too now. There's a track in Michigan where if you have like a pretty crazy car, they allow you to drive it legally on a racetrack. And I used to have a really crazy car. I had this really crazy, unique Audi, very rare Audi. And I only drive stick shift. I'm very into cars. But I used to take my car on that racetrack, and I'm sure you guys know, like, once you're pulling, if you're pulling speed, your car drops to like the skirt of the body, if you know what that is. Very good. RS8, yes. It was similar model to the RS8, a little bit crazier, but it was V12, all-wheel drive, dual exhaust. It was twin V12 too, turbo, and it actually was the version that had 4 doors, because I wanted to be able to have they don't make that car anymore. It's not like on their line, but it was the one a little bit crazier than the RS8. I don't know if you've ever seen the 12, and there's also a W12. You're impressed about what? What are you impressed? Oh, about the car? I just like cars. There's nothing to be impressed about. Trust me. All of my ability to own such things and live that lifestyle is very much, unfortunately, not in my bank account no more. But I do love cars. Like, I'm a really big fan of my Jeep. Love my Jeep. Came straight from the Marine Corps. I have really, really cool. Oh, that car. Yeah. There was a time in my life where I was successful enough to be able to get a crazy car, and that was what I got. And then I just love Jeeps, but like legit Jeep. No like fancy rims. I got the Steelies, the real tires, the Steelies. It's licensed. It has like lights, not sirens, but it has lights. It's a licensed EMS vehicle. I would go up during the winter. It's unfortunate that people, they do things, inbound train. Oh, that's towards the loop. We're going the other way. But what I'll say is this. I'll say that Carrie, do you know what the Subaru, have you ever seen the WRX, the Subaru? The new body is actually like pretty freaking beautiful. And obviously the WRX, people don't realize, they're like, oh, it's a Subaru? Yeah, that Subaru is 1,000 times cooler and faster than like half of the Mercedes, whatever. I mean, just like typical ones that people will just buy just because they have that, it's insane. That car is like, the WRX is an insane car, like insane. Absolutely insane. I love that car too. I had it for a short period of time when I was younger. That was the first car that I ever enjoyed. I'm walking to a spot, guys. You're going to see it's really cool, but I'm going to show you. I'm happy. I always wanted to do a live where I'm going by this, because the Scientology office is all the way at the other end. See how it says 95th Dan Ryan? And that's going South Howard. That's where we came from. We have to go back, but there's this one spot where, like, during the World Series 2, oh, they closed it off. That's crazy. So it used to go all the way down there. When we get on the train, you'll see it, but it used to go all the way down there, and it was, you could see inside the stadium. It was pretty crazy, but yeah, guys, as soon as I show you inside the stadium, which will be very soon, I am going to call it a night. But yeah, thank you guys all for coming out, checking in. I do enjoy doing this. I always hope that I'm making a difference. Today, we went to the memorial of my friends who Scientology hurt people that I love, let's just put it that way. And so sometimes I go there. There's an office in that tiny little town that I was at called Evanston. There was an office there, and yeah, it was really, 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 really shiesty. It's disgusting, to be honest, what they did out there, but what they did in Evanston, I mean, it was like taking advantage on like a different level of taking advantage of people. And it's like a very suburban town. People there have money. People there, those private beaches. That's where we just came from. If you want to see, go back to the beginning. of this stream, but it's cool that you guys stayed. Met my mom.
Go, and I went and stopped because there was no way it's no charge, but it was right there, and it said go, and I went. And
There's no way. It said go and charge it twice.
But yeah, this is the Addison stop. You're welcome, YG. Did you see YG the lights, the famous lights? But YG, you should go watch Motzei Shabbat, the Saturday night stream I did, and that was on a different part of the lake where also it's kind of like a memorial, and those are right off the stops where there's a lot of body routers. The reason that I ended up taking guys there is because I was explaining on Friday what I do. I follow them to where they go, and I end up there, and then I pointed out that that's actually where my friend is, where I learned about Scientology through, yeah. Thank you, YG. Yeah, the lights are cool. They're really famous. So they were the last stadium to put in night lights. Ooh, a rat just ran by. That's really gross. They were the last stadium. I think the last stadium in the country. Oh, you dropped something. Something behind you too. I don't know if that's important, but there you go. Yeah, people like those lights. People, Cult Buster book by... I actually did. I did. You know how crazy it is you're mentioning that? That neighborhood that we were just in, the rabbi's name is Hecht. Like literally, and they hired me for like I help out like on like Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Pesach, and the rabbi there, Chabad rabbi, is Rabbi Meir Hecht. Probably related. I believe all the Hechts are related. That's what he tells me. But if you look up in Evanston, literally the neighborhood that we were in before, by the lake, he is the rabbi of that entire community. And there's a lot of Jews that live out there. Secular, but a lot. Tremendous population. You were so fascinated. You wanted to become a cult buster so bad. Yeah. I read it after I had already studied a lot of this stuff. So for me, it wasn't really as, if I had read that when I was younger, like a teenager, it would have felt more powerful. I read it at a time when I had already looked through all that material. This is the neighborhood they try to infiltrate. This one stop that we're at now, right below us, they will have a lot of body routers, like right down these steps, right there. A lot of body routers. And then here's the train that we're going to take, and I'll show you guys the cool spot that they don't let you walk to anymore. Oh, wow. Very full. Full train, guys. Full train. Go this way.
Doors
I'll
closing.
show you guys in a second what I want you to see.
Doors closing.
Hopefully you'll be able to get it. You'll see, guys, in a second. It says
Sheridan is next. Doors open on the right at Sheridan.
and there it goes. You can't see it. Oh, I'm so upset. I thought we were going to be able to see that part too. Like I was telling you, like the further south you go, sad how people's minds get, yeah, ideology, yeah, it's very sad. I completely agree. There's definitely like almost like a mental illness component to it. It's like it's just not your. I agree. Deprogramming they wrote about would become well. There are people that do a decent job of it. I'm not sure. I'm not going to vouch for one person or another. I don't know who is, who's the one to look to, but. I know of people that specialize in that. I specialize in trauma, so once in a while I would run into that stuff, but not too often. I was passionate about it because of my buddy, but
This is Sheridan.
and this is finally the spot. I don't mind staying live till my phone literally dies, as long as somebody's here. As long as you're there, YG. YG, by the way, you can email me. It's my full name at yahoo.com. If you ever wanted to. You are your butt up the step. And away we go. We're almost home. I say we, right? As if you guys are big, as if you guys are coming home with me. It is so filthy down these little spots. I'm holding people up, sorry. I would show you guys right now. If you guys look, check out what you see on the side over here with like the trash and the graffiti and everything. It's kind of wild. YG, how sad is that news that Amy told us about Lakewood? Hello, Art. How are you? Remind me who you are if you've been in the chat before. If not, that's awesome that you're here now. We're winding down from a much longer stream than I planned on doing, but my mom's popped up. And it ended up working out, but yeah. And we're finally getting, finally getting close to home. Now this is considered like a really hip neighborhood, which I enjoy. Nope, not New York City. This is Chi-Town, Chirac, Chi-Town, whatever. I don't know. People don't like saying that all the time, but I lived on the South Side also at one point. But Art, if you look back, you will see that I took everybody from the furthest north. Today I didn't go to the furthest south. There is, I have done a live where like it went even further south, but today it was just north. But these little pubs are like really popular. And this center that's right across the street, it's called the Howard Brown Center. It was like a pioneer center for the LGBTQ community. And they had a big strike. It was really crazy. And this is the old building. They shut it down. Kind of pointing to the old building. But we do have scooters too. I know you guys see people jumping on them in LA. I never end up like really needing them. I don't end up in typically I don't end up in those spots where I need a scoot. But yeah. This building used to be extremely famous. You see they shut that one down. And then here it still says it. So you guys can see what I was referring to. See it says Howard Brown Health, Sheridan. It's a very famous clinic. It's basically all around clinic, but it's actually mostly for like therapy, and It was like a pioneer, one of the very first in the country to serve the LGBTQ community. This neighborhood, not as much as it used to be, but it is very much. There's a lot of people in this community that are, what do you say? Chicago's your kind of town. What's up, Stevie Wonderland? YG. What Amy said happened last week. Oh, man. So much bad news in Lakewood last week. Oh, so sad. Big Bears fan. Really? That's awesome. 85 Bears. 85 Bears. I am not a Bears fan until I was 9. You can check out my story if you want to, but I was forced to move from Denver to Chicago as a little kid so that I could be in a hospital. And that's how I ended up in Chicago. So I grew up John Elway. I'm sure you know who John Elway was. John Elway used to come visit me in the hospital. And then when I got to Chicago, Michael Jordan came. And the 89 San Francisco 49ers, the linebackers, they flew in just to hang out with me and some of the other kids that were in bad shape. So yeah, I met a few of the 85 Bears. Also, they used to come, all the sports teams used to come to the hospital. That was like in 88, 89. So, all the time I was there. I don't mind keeping you guys going. My battery's still going. I don't mind keep going. Until we literally get to the end of the road. '85 years, best team ever. Yeah, the best team, one of the best defense ever. I wouldn't say they were the best team ever, but definitely best defense. Probably no, not definitely anything. Probably, I wouldn't say they were the best offense. The best overall team probably was when St. Louis was just came out, and Kurt Warner. They had one of the most well-balanced teams that the league ever saw. It wasn't necessarily star-studded on either end, but they became star-studded individuals because the team was run so well. That was what do they call it? The greatest show on turf. And that was that one. You hate Walter? Oh, you love Walter Payton? Cool. Hang on, guys. I'm just letting you guys know that my battery might die, and I will come right back. I don't mind continuing to say goodnight to everybody. Yeah, Walter Payton. I mean, it doesn't get more football than that, right? Walter Payton is about as football as it gets. It is. I hope to go tomorrow or the next day back to the org. Scientology. But, yeah. What do you guys think? What should we be doing here in Chicago? What do you think about our current state? Give ideas. Of course, there are people that know what they're doing, but throw out any ideas. What we could do here in Chicago. Can't go wrong with Kurt. Nope, can't go wrong with Kurt. That for sure. Actually, going back to the place I work at. This building was built actually by Al Capone. Very famous. This is my office. We're gonna go drop our stuff off by somebody else, but say hello to my little office. Library. This is all brand new. They knocked down this wall. It used to be much cool, in my opinion. All right, give me a second, guys. I gotta run up and then down. Still there? All right. Can't go wrong with Kurt. Oh, look, there you go. Picture of LA right there. Oh, you like my office? Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so crazy that literally I got there and my phone died. This is another office in the building with all my stuff, like cool sports memorabilia stuff. Here I have a Dianetics little sticker I got a while ago. Stay with me if you want. If you so desire. What's up, guys? Maybe some of you guys are still there. I'm still here with you. I don't leave until I actually give a real legit goodbye. Until I give a real legit goodbye. I don't know how to put it. I don't want to. There's some confidential info. This is the end of the office. It's kind of like the back part. I appreciate that you thought my office is beautiful. So who's here, guys? Tell me who's here. Be right back. I'm still right here with you guys. Hang on. Just got home, so you got to give me a second. Got to give me a second. Well, I appreciate that, Art. I think it was that was your name, Art. Am I saying it correctly? Art. YG. Yeah, that is a nice office. Thank God. This is like a chill room where we all hang out. This is. I'm not. I don't want to dox myself completely, so I'm not like. But it is nice. YG, the community actually makes sure that I have that office. Because I work with the people in the community. The one on the desk. Who is the big picture of? That picture? That's not a desk. That picture's about 3.5 foot tall. It's John Elway. Is that the picture you're asking him? Here, I can take you on a little tour of some cool stuff. He's the greatest fighter of all time. And I was with him. Fighting UFC. There's a picture with John Elway. That's a personal letter he wrote me. Reb Avram Chaim Levin. There's me in the cage. And there's some cute pictures of me and my Kindle. And this is cool, YG, for Shabbos. Have you ever seen this, YG? You might like this, YG. I'm sure you can imagine what it's for. It's for pouring. Spins to each case. Glazelach, right? Stuff's kind of all over the place. When I moved back from the Middle East recently. The picture behind, Rabbi Chaim Levin, I told you. This one. That picture. That's Rabbi Chaim Levin. That's a famous article they wrote about me. That's John Elway, Michael Jordan, Miguel Torres, Stephen Bonner, me and my little brother in the cage also. Me in the cage back in the day with Miguel Torres. That was a very special gift that I one time got from somebody. Pri Eitz Hadar Kapot Marim. That love thing with the skulls is, you guys will learn about that very, very, very soon when I'm in Sioux City. And this is YG, I'm sure you know what this is. Middle Eastern, Arabic, Jewish belief stuff over there. And this is the Glazelach, Shabbos Kodesh. But that's Rabbi Chaim Levin. I think that's what you're referring to. Or you're referring to John Elway. One or the other. I'm assuming you're referring to Rabbi Chaim. I'll make that assumption. You need to recognize the picture. He was Meir Shiva. Mamish was Meir Shiva. He cried when I ran away. Cried. He begged me to come back. I was like so far off. And I was a good kid in yeshiva. Of course, I know the entire family. Are you joking? That's you're like ridiculously close. Like his son, who passed away also just not too long ago, was a Rebbe of mine. Are you joking? And one of the sons, Rabbi Yitzchak Yitzi Levin, he's like a personal friend. Like I used to sit in his office on Thursday nights, eating cholent, smoking cigarettes. That's Rabbi Yitzi Levin, Rabbi Yitzchak Levin. One of the sons. He was like the chill one. So you're asking me if I know any of the relatives? I more than know them. I went to yeshiva with them. I know every single Levin of that family, that Levin family. I know every single one of them. There isn't one that I don't know. There isn't one that I don't know. There's a workout room downstairs, and I am lazy, so I stole the weights with my extension cord so that I can go to the little desk I have sitting with me. This is a small spot. But yeah, my office I like a lot. Downstairs, I like my office a lot. Are you referring to Rabbi Levin from Tells, right? If you're referring to Rabbi Levin from Tells, then yes, that is very much, I beyond know them. It's like family. His wife loved me, like literally, like she used to bake me cookies. She thought that was going to bring me back. She used to always think about that. Is that what you're referring to, YG? I have no idea. Who's your grandpa? Who is your grandpa? Please tell me. Now you got me curious, YG. Who's your grandpa? Why'd you retract it? Send it again. You can retract it after you send it again. If you don't want to send it, you can always email me too, but I'm really curious now. Who is your grandpa? Esther's sis. Esther's sis? Which Esther? There's like 4. Be direct and then retract it. You could do that like right away. I'm sure I know who you're talking about if you explain better who you're talking about. Like, give me another hint that would be easier for me to latch on to. It's not a good enough hint. Esther Sis is not a good enough hint. There's me and Rab Chaim. My hair is all over the place. I just splashed a huge thing of water. And I showered like by the lake before I even came home, but my hair gets all spiky from the freshwater lake. Makes me look schlumpy. Schlumpalach. But can you please tell me? Publix is not like down right away. I will be direct. Say yeah. Blazer Levin? Of course. 1 second. Hold on. So, what's Rav Avram Chaim to you? A great grandfather? Like Reb Lazer, like, let's just say Rosh Hashiva on the East Coast? Just say this. Did your grandfather go to Tells? One more time. I didn't see what you retracted. Do it one more time. One more time. Goldberg? You're going to creep me out if you're talking about Goldberg. It would be your great grandfather. Was your grandmother a teacher in Chicago? Was your grandmother a teacher in Chicago? Just answer that question. If you answer that question as yes, then boy, I'll tell you the craziest story in the world. You got to email me if that's who you're talking about. Goldberg also. So what's G? Oh, Rabbi Ginsburg. Yeah, I do know that, of course. Not very. If you mentioned my name, Rabbi Ginsburg would know me, probably. Almost for sure, to be honest. Ask him. Tell him the kid from the plane crash. They know who I am. They all know who I am. I just dropped lox and bagels. Ginsburg. Goldberg also. How are you related to Rabbi Goldberg? Because Rabbi Goldberg, one of the holiest men I've ever met in my entire life, when I ran away, the way they got me to come back is they knew how much he would sit in the Ezra's Nashim, which was also the Eitz Svarim, and he would sit by himself. And I loved him, loved him, Rabbi Goldberg. And he was like the quietest man, and I used to sit there. And so one of the things that Rashiva tried to do to get me to come back was he made me a chavrusa. He hooked me up with Rabbi Goldberg as a chavrusa, and I loved him so much that even though I totally went off the derech, like I ran away, YG, crazy thing is, I used to go to his house. Rabbi Yitzchak Goldberg, you're creeping me out. You're talking about Rabbi Yitzchak Goldberg, his father. Did you know his father? Because there's two Rabbi Yitzchak Goldbergs. There's cousin. Is it you're talking about Rabbi Yitzchak Goldberg, the one in Toronto, in Canada, Rashiva in Canada, or Rashiva in America? Wow, YG, if like, I'm not doxing either or saying his full name, but like if it's who I think you're talking about, you have no idea how much I know the Goldbergs. If I could find a picture one day, I'll post it. This crazy picture of me dancing with him like a year before. Oh, yes, that's a different Goldberg. I do know. Yes. I know exactly. That was a good hint. Yes, I know who you're talking about. Oh, that's so cool. So he's your grandfather? Because that would make... So your grandfather's brother was literally chavrusa of mine. If Rabbi Yitzchak is he's either the son of that Ginsburg, or he is the grandson. What age? Like, what's his age? Around? Like, what's around his age? I'm making lox and bagels, by the way. Why'd you give me a second? I'm in the middle of making them. Hang on. YG, you still there? Sorry. I went to get an apple. I didn't eat the whole day. Intermittent fasting. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. I go 18 hours with no food. Where, if you tell me also where your grandfather was born, I'll also know better answers to the questions. I wonder who else is in here. Is Osa? Osa, are you in here? Osa, you saw my office? Come on, Osa. Osa, make a comment. Why is it not zooming in? That's Me, Ashley by a Chasana was Roy Goldberg. I know both your grandpas, yeah. Where was your grandfather born? In I do know both your grandpas. You never mentioned that you're from Chicago, like that your families are connected, like your family's connected to Chicago. You never mentioned that. You never mentioned that. And I agree that you're taking down. No one will see what you put up there. Don't worry. No one knows anyway, like the community that we're talking about that you go, you know. I guarantee you they have no clue YG. So YG, just tell me this. Where were you born? Were you born in New Jersey? Here, YG, if you're still there, I'll show you something cool. My mom helps out this one of the owners, like the best bakery in Chicago. I love these. Absolutely love these. Sorry, my medical bracelet gets in the way of my food. Can you see it? It's like not clear. I don't know if you can see it. Bagel, bagel, bagel. Yisroel mentioned it in the past stream, but I think he mentioned that he was from. I didn't know where you were from. Yisroel mentioned that where he was from. I didn't know you guys are from the same city. That's crazy. Did you guys date like since you were very young, or it was a shidduch? Which bakery? It's called Emma's. My mom helps out at Emma's. They make one of the best Jerusalem bagels. I'm sure you know what that is. In Beit Safafa, where I lived, right near Beit Safafa, this one place. Actually, my apartment in Israel is actually in Beit Safafa. It's a Palestinian neighborhood in Jerusalem, in Yerushalayim. But that's the bakery. It's called Emma's. You can look it up. A long time ago, it used to be called Bagel Country. You might remember it when it was called Bagel Country. You emailed me. Okay, good. Here, stay on. I can let you know if I got it. Go ahead, YG. Have a good night. Everybody have a good night. I'll say one last goodbye. What'd you write? Well, everybody have a good night. Osa, clearly you need to have a good night too. You guys are awesome. I love all the people that come to my stream.